In this video clip, we will enter the feed data for the project that we have created in the previous exercises. We will be taking our data from the table on page 218 in the SysCAD Basic tutorial, which is shown here for reference. And you'll see we have the four feeders: ore feed, water, conch acid, and steam. So if we go to SysCAD, let's start with the ore feed feeder. So if I right click on the feeder, we see the access window, and you'll see there are a number of different tabs that are available to the user. The Feed XPG1 tab, or the first tab, is where we'll first start entering our data. And the first thing we need to put in is how much material flows out of this feeder. And you'll see we have this field here, required mass flow, and it's QM required. And in SysCAD, Q stands for flow and M for mass. So this is mass flow required. At the moment it's 0 tons per hour, so we want to type 65 tons per hour in there. And the temperature for this, according to the table, is 35 degrees. And here we have the field for T required, 35 degrees. So we'll enter those two values. And you will see that these fields are both white fields. In SysCAD, the user can enter data into a white field, and a grey field, as shown down here, is a calculated field. You cannot change that. I'll click on the OK button for it to accept those changes. So we've now told the feeder how much material is going to feed into our project and the temperature, but we haven't specified the breakdown of that material, what is actually going to be flowing out of this feeder. By default, it'll be 100% water. For us to change it, we have to go to the DSP page, which stands for Define the Species. So if I click on that tab, we'll have the breakdown of what we can put into this feeder. Now, according to the table, the ore feed consists of 85% solids, and that's up here. So here we can type in 85. And if I click on the OK button, SysCAD will balance it out and it'll change the water, the liquids, to 15%. Our liquids are going to be 100% water, so we can leave those. And we merely have to put in the breakdown of the solids, which are down here. According to the table, we have 0.5% of cobalt oxide, 0.5% there, 30% Fe2O3, 8% of magnesium oxide, 2% of sodium carbonate, 1.8 of nickel oxide, and 57.7 of quartz, with 0 of calcium hydroxide. We click on the OK button, and that is the feeder for the ore feed setup. If we go to the water, now right click on the water feeder, you'll see by default 100% liquids and 100% water, which is what we want that to be, so we don't have to change the species breakdown. We'll go to the first page, and for this we want it to be 20 tons an hour. So in the QM required field, we'll type in 20, and the temperature that we require for the water is T required 30 degrees. And we'll say OK. The concentrated acid, if I right click on that, we're going to leave that at 0 tons an hour with a temperature of 30 degrees. And now we have to set up the species breakdown. Yeah, 100% liquid, so we can leave that, but this time it's 98.3% sulfuric acid. So here we are, 98.3. And if we click on the OK button, you see it balances the water down to 1.7%. So that's the conch acid, water, and ore feed setup. And now we look at the steam. The steam is slightly different to the others. So if I go to the first page, we know that we're going to be putting in saturated steam at 275 degrees Celsius. So the T required is 275. And now, if we needed to know the pressure of that, we could go look in our steam tables, but we can get SysCAD to do the work for us. So for a steam feeder, we've got this VL equilibrium. At the moment, it's off. If I click on the little arrow next to there, I can go say, change this to saturated vapor at the temperature I've told you. And if I click on that, you'll see it works out the pressure for water at a temperature of 275 degrees. And it's put that in. And it's changed the species page to be 100% steam. If I go and click on DSP, you'll see there 100% vapors and it's 100% steam. So I don't have to worry about that. All I have to do now is tell it how much steam is going to flow in. And in this case, it's 5 tons per hour. So, okay. And now I've finished setting up all the feeders for SysCAD. I can save my project by clicking on the Save All button. And we're ready for our next exercise.